Good Monday morning and welcome to video 2 of the Role Tailor series, and today we are going to look at this headline, creating the headline, and the actions. The actions include the creation and processing and then reports, because we say that we will just go step by step in making sure that we deconstruct the page and make the best use of it. And today we'll start with the headline, which gets data from externally, most of it, and it's on the layout area of the role center. And then the actions will be separate, because the action will be having a processing and a creation and then the reporting action. So let's get started to it.
Hii ni Tech na Msangi ya jishinde.com.
So the first thing is to create so the headline is a page part, that it's a role center page part. That's what it is. And on the headline, this is the snippet. You can just let me just start from scratch. T page part. I had created a page. Okay, you can just figure out that that's not a big part of it. So the page type is headline, and the caption you can add this, not so important. Refresh on activate, where you want, this is where you want the page to refresh when the user navigates back from another page. So because our headline will be having some values that needs to be refreshed, so you should put this property to true, because when the user comes from another page and they are back to this page, it should activate the values that have been placed in that page. And so we have a layout, and then the area is content. Then we just have fields, because the headline is a part that will be embedded on the role center here. And when you come to the role center area, we will just embed it as a part. Like we'll say the system, how do I put it? System, the name of the part will be system admin headline, and then the name will be the system admin headline. Okay, but ideally we have, and don't forget to put the application area, otherwise it won't display basic suit. So ideally we also will have, okay, the naming convention probably isn't the best, because most of them I've seen they are just RC headline system admin. Let me just use that. Role center headline system admin. Let me follow the convention that most Microsoft pages have been named, and I repeat it here just for uniformity purposes. Nothing much in this. So RC headline system admin, and then on this side we have the headline refresh on activate true. So the fields that we want to create today will be for a greeting message, and then we will have a lookup to show the number of users logged on, and then we'll have some text. Remember, when you have these qualifiers, okay, let me start with the greeting message, because the visibility is usually 10 minutes. There's a code unit that manages that. The name of the code unit is RC headlines page common, and it will give you the greeting message automatically. And it gives you the greeting message, and it validates as long as the user has been logged in for, it's within 10 minutes since the user has been logged on, it will display the greeting message, else it will not display. So it's a page that is visible on based on some conditions. And then we can have a hyperlink probably to open another page outside, and then we can qualify this headline text with qualifiers, payload, and emphasize text. So when you use this qualifier, it specifies the title that the headline will the headline will have. If you omit this qualifier, you will only have the title as headline. So okay, we can start with the greeting text, because the greeting text should have the title. And then so we'll create 3 variables as we have agreed. The first is the code unit for this headline, RC page common headlines, and then we just give it a short tag there, and then after the code unit we will have, so we want to refresh on activate, or we want to display this based on some field. So we will qualify this with say in dataset, meaning that this variable of type boolean will be, this boolean will, let's say, is greeting text visible. We'll just display the boolean. If the greeting text is visible, it will be in dataset, meaning that we will have it populated with time and thing. And then the other one, we said it will be a hyperlink to gshinda.com, where we offer system solutions for Microsoft Dynamics CSP solutions, that is cloud service provider. So here in the label, I will say visit gshinda.com. Visit gshinda.com. Okay, visit the site. Now, okay, is this syntax correctly? Label. Okay, it's supposed to be site label. Will be a label of visit the site. But again, now let's use now these qualifiers. The first qualifier that we want to use is what is it? The qualifier. It's just like, seems to me like HTML, so it's easy to use. And then the qualifier. The qualifier will be here, and then the site. Let's say the site. This we want to display the heading instead of the default heading. We want our own heading, and then the payload will have the text. But again, we want to emphasize here with emphasize is hard to spell. I had to even put it here. We want to emphasize with the site name. Come on. So let me say CSP solutions, cloud solution provider, or BC SaaS, CSP BC SaaS. And then that is our second label, or the second headline. Remember, the headlines appear 8 seconds after each other, and then this second headline will have a drill down page. So when you click on this text, you'll be able to open another page or another hyperlink. It will have drill down to a hyperlink, and then the last one will be a label again that will display the number of users logged on. So logged on users, will say it will be a label with the qualifier. Of course, remember, we just need to make sure the quality is good. So the qualifier will be the number of logged on users. Come on, be patient. Users, and then we will just put a placeholder there to just make it the number of logged on users. Okay, this should be the payload. So the qualifier should just have something like users, and then we close the qualifier. It's just a headline, should not be having everything. And then the payload will have the number of logged on users. This is just like HTML. And then we emphasize on this number. To emphasize is just to have it like appear in that teal color, boldish like. Okay, so we emphasize this number, and then the payload will have that, and then this is the label for the number of logged on users. So we need now to create a function that will give us this number of logged on users, and another function that will trigger this activate this greeting if it's visible, and then this using the greeting message. You need to get the greeting message outside there. So to create that, so this code goes into the on open page trigger, that it will okay, it will actually initialize these variables using this code unit. When you go to this code unit, it has that function to do that. So the trigger comes here under the layout. We have on open page. So come on, begin, end. So the code unit that we are opening here is this code unit, but now the headline that we are using is headline. Okay, look at my naming convention. It's supposed to be headline RC system admin. Yes, headline, even the headline RC system admin. So let's copy this and paste it here. Headline as RC system admin. What is not happening? Okay, and then now we will say that the field, is it visible, like there is greeting text visible, will be initialized to RC headlines page common dot is greeting, is user greeting visible. This will now check if the user, since the user logged on, how much time has the user spent. If it's more than 10 minutes, then it's not visible. If it's within 10 minutes since they logged on, it's visible. And then we are done with that. So here we'll come to create the fields. Then the next thing is to display the, what is it called, the number of users logged on, and make sure that it will be a drill down where the page is open. So we'll have a procedure, maybe it will be a local procedure that would have the number of, that it will get the number of active users. It will return an integer, and then after it returns an integer, we'll be able to look at the variable here, which will be a record. Come on, it's a record of active sessions. So it's a record of active session, and then we say we just need that short, and then this is the exit. So this active session, we will reset it, and then set range to the client type to be the client type should be web service, web client, not web service. And then we will exit the count. That is the count of the active session. That is the number of users logged on. I believe here we are done. We have all our three labels, the greeting message, the site label, and then the logged on users. But we start with the greeting. On the first field, we need to group it. This grouping does not affect, in the headline part, it does not affect the, what is it called? It does not affect the display of the page, but in other pages, when you group it, it may affect how it's displayed on different kinds of pages, like, no, different devices like phones, tablets. So it's not advisable to group in other pages, but in the RTC, the grouping of especially the headline, this headline RTC page part, does not affect this the display of any okay, it does not affect the display, and the use of the grouping will probably be just to help in determining the visibility, just the visibility for the grouping. Ooh, but here the name, I need to give it a good name, and this is the greeting. So we'll say that the visible will initialize it to is greeting visible, like it is determined by the result of the variable, and this variable will be determined, will get its value from this page. So this is making it as dynamic as possible, but now we don't want it to show caption. or she'll not have editable. And then, but now we display now the field. The field is the greeting text that will get a expression from this same page, get greeting text. And then it will give us the greeting text. We need to say the application area is basic suit. If you don't specify this, remember it won't display. Basic suit. And then once we specify the application area, we have the greeting text. We need to say that what else? Is it show caption? Which other property should be here? Editable. False. I believe so. Yes, I think that's it for this greeting message. I don't think it has any other thing. It will just have the headline there on top. I don't believe it has a problem. And then the second field that we'll have is the field of logged on users. Before the logged on users, I think we can go to, yeah, logged on users is has more priority, but there is a label that gives that logged on users. The label gives us get number of active logged on users. So here, this is the name, but here under the label, we will just put this function string substring number that will enable us to actually get these active users. When it gets the active users, it means that we have this placeholder replaced by the number of active users. Absolutely, who will be under emphasis. And then let me give it some space so that it cannot be scattered or really close. Then that's not needed. That one is needed. Okay, and then finally we need to open our hyperlink with the last field or page. Again, remember, we need to set a property for this as application area basic suit. Why don't I just copy? It's okay. Basic suit, and then editable will be false. Then finally, here we need to say drill down is true. And then we need to add a trigger on drill down to open a page. So when you drill down, like when you click on that application, we need to run this page known as page will be concurrent active session list when you drill down to that. And finally, we need to open a hyperlink, JCL, that is Jishinde Creative Limited, and then we say Jishinde, where is it? Site label. It has everything except this application area, basic suit, then editable, false, drill down, true, and a trigger for the drill down that will say that we need to open this page. We are not opening a page. Nobody is helping me here. We just we're opening a hyperlink. Hyperlink. And then we can specify the address, part flash. That's it. And just open the hyperlink, and we will be able to, when you see this field, it will open for us the hyperlink, and the hyperlink will link us to this emphasis. The site label here, we just say the site is that, and then when you click on the site, it will give us it will open for us that site. I believe we should be done in the preparation for the headline text. That's how you do it. Let's do some jumper mode here. Is trying to see if everything is okay. Okay, something is wrong. We have created a group for the greeting. Remember, this group is limiting the visibility of that greeting, but these others should display even if you have not been logged on for a long period. So that could have been wrong. I need to open and close the greeting here. So I've created another group, but now the visibility will be true, but the default is true, and show caption is false. So what is happening? Why am I having some squiggly lines? It's because of not having. I have the layout and then I have the greeting. Something should be wrong somewhere. I have the group. From here, everything is okay. Is greeting text visible? Okay, then let's go down from this group. This second group, there's something should be wrong. Where is it ending? It's ending there. And then the field is okay. And then the area is under this group. Let's see. There was an extra squiggly line that was there at the bottom. So we have been able to sort it out. That's a good of rechecking what you have done. Always a good practice to try and check if there's something wrong. Let me leave it as that. I believe we have done everything right, but we'll test again and see if everything is okay. And again, so the headline part always comes, and how did I name it? It comes under the content area of the role, or the role center area. The content area is where the page is displayed. So let me just paste this here. The name of the page, application area basic suite. So I had created this area of creation because this does not have a lot. I'll just uncomment it and add the area of processing. So under the actions that display on this side of the page, on the right of the page, we have the area of creation that enables you to create new items, and it opens a card page. And we have another area known as area processing that will enable you to open something like a journal. So I will just create an action. I'll call it new journal, and then payment journal, for instance, the caption. But what will the admin require to create? The admin of the system admin, mostly maybe they want to create probably bank reconciliation. Let me call payment reconciliation journal. They probably want to just help in that process. They want to see if everything is okay in that reconciliation journal. And then application area, as always, basic and suit. Then finally, we need to create something for the area of reporting, and then the admin will need a report for maybe data deletion. So the area is reporting. We'll have another action for a report. These again, you can also group them. So change log, and then we'll run a report for data deletion. So I'll say it's a report for data or change log delete, is it delete empty GL registers, something like that, so that they can be able to delete the empty GL registers. GL registers. So they'll delete the empty GL registers that don't have any relation with the general journal, and they'll be able also to go to the payment reconciliation journal. Come on, payment recon journal, and on the creation, they were able to create a workflow and a user. I believe we have done the both parts. The headline part, which is now displayed here, we have gone into the content. Remember, in the content area, anything that appears under role center here will be something that is not, it's from a different how do I say, like a different page, a different part. It will be will be embedding something on top of this. Anything that is in the action will link to the pages in the system, but now you just have an action that links. But now here we have the code created somewhere else, and then it's embedded into this part. So we'll have several parts here. So we'll just be creating them and adding them here, and they're always displayed in the order in which they appear. And the headline, so of course it is the first that should appear. And for that, let me try a test to see if we have done something that is substantial enough, or something that is good enough for testing. The package has been created successfully. It requires me to log in. Do I remember my password? Today I think I do. And the default page that opens is the customers page. I don't think we need the customers page today. We will need to go to the role center, and the page that is currently active is the accountant, but the one that we need is the system administrator profile. That's the profile that was loading. And in the system administrator profile, we'll be able to see, oh, good afternoon. Wow, that's the headline for the for telling me, oh, the number of logged in on users is 2. Let me click on it. Wow. So I have two web client logons that are on. One is this and this is the other one. So it has shown me that there are two, and then visit the site. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I don't have, my internet is disconnected, but it is already opening the site when I click on this, and you can see that this emphasis text is displaying, and then we have changed this from headline to the site, and here we changed, come on, we changed from headline to users, but here we didn't change this headline, and it is telling me good afternoon. I don't know if we are able to wait for 10 minutes to see if now this won't display, but you can do the test. Wait for 10 minutes, and you expect that after logging on, after 10 minutes, nothing will be displaying. And then on the actions, we have the user and the workflow, and then this is a processing. Even the icons themselves, they show you the different what the different action is doing. Plus, you're adding a new user, a new workflow. You're going to a process of payment reconciliation journal, and this is a report because the icon itself is giving you the report, and we are moving step by step. Remember, this is your creativity is what will matter here. You can even create this text. If you have a custom text like the number of logged on users, you could have a link to a page that you want, or inspirational quotes here written, or a link to the weather. Mostly maybe I could say the Nairobi weather, the current weather of Nairobi is, and then I go to an API, I link, and then I get the current the open weather app. I get the current temperature in degrees, so that when users are logged on into the system, they can be able to see what is the temperature. You just get creative and do as much as you want in terms of role center. Remember, the main aim of our role center is to make the users work more productive, give them more productivity as they work on whatever they are working on. That's it for this video. And I believe the next step will be Okay, when I refresh, it won't give me what I want. Let me open the accountant role center. Oh, here it is. Okay, we will go to these activities and payments. So in the next video, we will do activities and payments. We'll see if we need to go to self-service, email status, insights. But yeah, we will move to this page and we will complete the page in this series. Make sure that you do it yourself, get creative, do something new that you feel that you want to add into the role center. If you find that you have a challenge, take your time, go and research also on the Microsoft site if you want some additional information that I could not probably have mentioned in this page, in this video, and you can build your role center in the best possible way. That's it for this video. May God bless you. See you in video number 3.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one.